Good morning everyone, today is another pre-maintenance checklist video, which means we're going over all of the different campaigns which are ending with this coming maintenance. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. Alright, so the very first campaign that is ending is going to be the Razor Gold exclusive ARKS Cash Super Sale. So if you are planning to buy any AC and if you do have access to Razor Gold, because this is not available in all regions, you might want to buy some AC over here as there is a discount. And on top of that, you also get a bunch of bonus items for purchasing from the Razor website. Now with that out of the way, the next thing I want to remind everyone is your Mission Pass. The Mission Pass Season 31 is ending with the coming maintenance. So make sure that you progress as far as you can and pick up all of the items. As we can see over here, it does end at tier 40. And the main reason why you want to progress through your mission pass is because at tier 24, you do get the personal shop use 3 days. This is how free-to-play players gain access to the shop or be able to sell items on the player shop. So you really want to make sure that every time the mission pass comes up that you get to at the very least tier 24, because every single mission pass at tier 24 does give you the personal shop use. Remember, you do not need to buy the gold ticket in order to obtain the personal shop use. However, the golden ticket only costs star gems, and with the items, it gives you all of the bonus items. I highly recommend it. However, again, if you are really hurting for star gems, you can skip it and just pick up the shop pass and you're good to go. The next thing I want to remind everyone is to make sure to use all of your treasure scratch tickets. Remember, not the normal treasure scratch ones, the treasure scratch ticket volume 3. Those were the special tickets that you were able to farm for until last week. However, you were still able to spend them this week. You just can't earn anymore. But you really want to spend them this week, because after this week, this banner goes away and all of those tickets become absolutely useless. So please, please, please make sure to use all of these tickets. It'd be such a shame that you spend several weeks farming for these tickets only to not use them. So if you haven't used them, make sure to spend them now. The next thing I want to remind everyone is the Renewed Resilience SG Scratch is ending. So right after the maintenance, we will have a new SG Scratch. However, keep in mind, SG Scratches work a little bit different. So if you do want all of the current items, so all of the INA items, you can still obtain all of these items even after the maintenance in the new SG Scratch. However, if you scroll all the way down here, you can see these items that say display end. These are the items that are going away. So if you do want any of these items over here, you really need to pick them up ASAP through the SG Scratch, because after the maintenance, you won't be able to obtain any of these items anymore. Okay? And last but not least is the Noble Shadows AC Scratch is also gonna be going away. So if you did want any of the Shinobi stuff, you might want to pick that up ASAP. Alright, with all of that out of the way, the next thing I want to remind everyone is the ARKS Records. So this week's ARKS Records is the Helical Line Solo. Just make sure that you do participate so that you are guaranteed 20 ARKS Record badges. Now, as usual, you want your ARKS Record badges because you can pick up all of these cool weapon camos that are color variants, as well as a bunch of star gems. The next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the Aegis Integra exchange shop over here. Make sure that you do buy out all of your Aegis Soul 4s, because you can actually purchase 50 Aegis Soul 4s, which is pretty substantial. And then, of course, buy out all of the different dominos over here so that you can craft your Halphinales. So once you've bought all of those things, you want to come to the Augment Capsule exchange shop over here and exchange them for Halphinales. As you can see, I can actually craft 2 Halphinales and wabam. And once you have enough Halphinales, you could try crafting your Lux Halphinale over here. Unfortunately, I am still lacking 3 more Halphinales, so I'm unable to craft that. But if you are lacking Foundia capsules, make sure to actually come to the Genesis Point exchange shop. A lot of people sleep on this and they keep missing this every single week, but you really want to come to the Genesis shop every single week in order to buy out, first of all, your Master Fragments, and second of all, your Foundia capsules. These are the 2 essential items that you should be buying every single week. Everything else is kind of optional, and depending on where you are in the game, if you need more LC capsules, there's a bunch over here. If you need some Arms Refiners 2, you can get some here as well. If you just need more CDs, there's a bunch of CDs here as well. So make sure to just buy whatever you need. And since the Genesis Point shop is so valuable, I know a lot of people are kind of struggling to get more Genesis points. The best way is gonna be the time attack. However, I know not a lot of people are doing the time extension quest. Like, you know, there's just not a lot of interest in this anymore. This is kind of quote unquote dead content now, since everyone is kind of just running the limited time quest instead, or they're just running like PSE combat zones and just other things. So not a lot of people are doing Lucille exploration, and not a lot of people are doing the time extension quest. What I can recommend is right after reset or right after the maintenance, immediately run time extension quest first and get it out of the way. That is where the majority of the players are actually going to be doing the time extension quest, at least through looking for party, or, you know, just letting the system LFP and find randoms for you. That is the best time to run it. And on top of that, just run the normal mode. Even if you only have 2 to 3 people, you can very easily full clear the easy mode one. So just run the patrol missions instead of the extermination. Extermination is the hard mode. This one I do not recommend for most players unless you have a pre-made group, simply because it does require a lot more teamwork, and that way you can quickly max out your 50,000 every single week. But for me personally, I've been slacking like crazy. I haven't done this in like 2, maybe 3 weeks. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of low on Genesis points now. So I probably need to pick up the slack, and I'll probably do this on like Monday or Tuesday just to fill this up and get an extra 50,000. Now, if Lucille exploration and the time extension quest just don't interest you, and that's just not content you like to do, you can always go to exchange for alliance badges over here and purchase 7,000 Genesis points for a bunch of alliance badges. You can see over here you can purchase 2,000 Genesis points for 2 alliance badges. That's really cheap considering that I have 921, so you can just purchase that. And then right under it we have more Genesis points that you can purchase with 4 alliance badges, and finally at the very end you can purchase with 12 alliance badges for a total of 7,000 Genesis points. Remember, in order to get alliance badges, all you need to do is complete alliance tasks over here, and each one will give you 2 alliance badges, so you will get a ton of alliance badges very easily, so that you can purchase anything over here. But more importantly, for me at least, is going to be of course the 30 star gems, because this is a weekly thing. You can do this every single week, so just make sure that you purchase that. The next thing I want to remind everyone is the Growthment exchange shop. So make sure that you go to your Growthment and exchange any of your Vershmel weapons into more Growthment, as well as any Octo armors. And then with the extra Growthment that you get, you can purchase even more LC capsules. I'm at the point where I don't need any more LC capsules, but I do know that there are a lot of people who are still gearing up or still need LC capsules for different gear, for different classes, so forth and so on. So it's very easy to maintain a bunch of LC capsules over here, because remember, it just costs Growthment, and you also get a bunch of Growthment by just completing your dailies. So if we go to our daily task over here, you have clear Lucille exploration. I haven't done this in a very long time because I've been slacking, but you do get 30 Growthment every single day from this daily quest. And then on top of that, for completing Lucille exploration to begin with, you also get a bunch of extra Growthment, so it stacks on top of this. So you should have a lot of Growthment. As you can see, I've got like 9,000 Growthment 1s and 4,000, almost 5,000 Growthment 2s. So obtaining LC capsules shouldn't be too difficult. And then of course on top of that, we have the Growthment 2 exchange shop. So if you still need a Zover weapon, you can make it over here. You can exchange your Growthment 2s in order to get a Zover weapon. And remember, it does cost 300 for the Fixa Fatale level 1s. However, if you're first starting out and you don't really care about the Fixa in the beginning, you know, you just need a weapon to start out with, you can just go with the regular Zover weapon that only costs 50 Growthment 2s, and that's really easy, really straightforward. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.